In today's video, I'm going to be telling you everything you need to know about how to tune your harp. So welcome back to my channel. If you're new around here, my name's Angelina and I am a harpist and harp teacher based in the UK. So as you can see, I've got my pedal harp here, but what I'm going to be telling you is still relevant even if you've got a lever harp. So definitely keep watching, you're going to pick up some really useful information here. It can be quite intimidating learning how to tune your own harp, but it's absolutely doable. I'm going to take you through it step by step, and it's easy when you know how. So I can teach you how to do it without using a tuning machine or an app. If you want to see that, definitely leave me a comment. I'd be happy to do a video about it. But I feel like these days we all have a smartphone or a tuning machine, and for me personally, what I do, I tune the middle octave with the tuning machine and then I do the rest by ear. So I'm going to talk you through that step by step. If you've got a lever harp, you need to make sure that all your levers are down, making sure that the strings are not being sharpened in any way, they're just in their natural position. You know, the string is as long as it can be, it's not being stopped or pinched or anything. If you have a pedal harp, just make sure all the pedals are in the flat position. So the pedals are all in the top notch. And this is where you need to leave your pedals anytime that you're not playing your harp as well. So first things first, I'm going to show you the app that I use for tuning. It's free, that's one of the reasons I downloaded it. It's called InsTuner, it's the middle one in that little box there. So if I click on that, it just brings you this screen here. So something to remember as well, if you've got a lever harp, it may not be tuned in C major. So it may be in E flat major, B flat major, F major, or another key. So just something to be aware of, because all your levers are going to be down. Sometimes your tuner is going to say B flat or E flat or A flat, just something to be aware of. But anyway, I popped my phone just on my stand here. And make sure it's quite close to the harp as well. And then I like to start at middle C. So always keep your tuning key in your hand. A lot of tuning keys these days are made of wood. And obviously if you put the tuning key on the tuning pin and then anything bad happens and it falls out, it's just going to come crashing down and damage your soundboard. And that's the last thing you want. So even these ever so slightly padded ones, these ergonomic ones, they're not going to do too much damage if they fall, but you still don't want to risk it. So always keep hold of the tuning key. Once it's on your harp, your hand does not leave that tuning key. And another good tip that I often talk about with my students is to keep playing the note over and over. So I'll be playing the C, I'll be checking it with the tuning app, and it says B because I'm playing a pedal harp, so it's obviously C flat at the moment. So just be aware of what note you're actually aiming for. So I'm playing a C, it's a C flat, I want it to come up as a B. So keep playing. And that's in the green, so we're happy that's in tune. We move the tuning key, we move up to the next string. Also in the green. So this is, if you're on a pedal harp, it'll be D flat. So your tuning machine or your tuning app may say C sharp, or it may say D flat. That's fine, as long as it's green, as long as the needle's kind of in the middle. Let's move up, so this is my E flat. And the more you tune your harp as well, the more you're going to find that it does stay in tune, it doesn't get too out of tune if you keep on top of it, keep tuning it really regularly. So keep going up this octave. Okay, That's the middle octave done, so we're not going to use the tuning machine anymore, so we can get rid of that. And now comes the part that a lot of people are a little bit intimidated by, and that's the idea of tuning by ear. But it can be done, and it's important that we know how to do it because, you know, phones run out of batteries, we don't always have tuning machines with us. We will have to tune by ear. It is very important to know how to do it. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to tune in octaves down to the bottom of the harp, and then we're going to tune in octaves up to the top of the harp. So always test the string that needs tuning with an octave that you've already tuned. So we need to tune this B because we've tuned from C to C. We've tuned these strings here. So if we're going down the harp, the next string to tune is this B. We're going to test it with this B, which we've already tuned. So you play the one that's in tune first, and then the one that you're going to tune. Tuning key on the pin. Now sometimes it won't sound quite right, and you won't be sure if it's flat or sharp. That is fine, it happens to everyone. But what I will say is if you're in doubt, always flatten it first. We do that by turning the key a little bit towards us. And you'll hear the string get flatter. And I've made it a little bit too flat there, just to show you what it sounds like when the string is too flat. You can just hear it's a bit under the pitch it needs to be. So when it becomes obvious that it's too flat, you raise the pitch very, very slowly. Keep testing it with the octave that's in tune until you're happy that the two notes are the same. And then we just work our way down the harp in octaves. So I think that's a little bit sharp, I'm going to lower it. Just always keep playing, keep testing. Down to the G. Takes a very small amount of tweaking before the string is in tune. You only need to turn the key a really small amount to make a big difference to the pitch of the note. Once you get to the wire strings can be quite difficult to tune just because they're so low. But I've got a few tips to help you hear the sound a bit clearer with the wire strings. One thing you can do is play the string up towards the top of the string, which is a bit clearer than playing in the middle. So you can play it at the top. You can also play it with your nail, which makes it very clear whether it's in tune or not. So I'm happy with that. That's possibly a bit flat. And it can also be hard to know which pin is the right one. So you can either go around to the other side of the harp, or if you're tall like me, you can just put a finger on the tuning pin on this side of the harp, and then it becomes much more clear where to put the tuning key. Now if your harp is anything like mine, you'll just see at the front of my harp that there are no tuning pins for the bottom C and the bottom D here. So you might be playing a piece where you know you need the bottom C flat, or you know you need the bottom D natural. What I tend to do at this point is put my C and D pedals in the natural position, and then I tune them to natural. But you can hear how difficult that would be to tune, can't you? So I would play with my nail up towards the top of the string. Okay. Okay, so we've gone all the way down to the bottom of the harp, stick the pedals back in flat, and now we just need to do the same going up the harp. So on the way down we were always checking with the octave above. It's going to be the other way round going up. So the first string we need to tune is this D here, and we're going to check with the D below. So tuning key goes on the tuning pin. And again, if you're not sure if it's flat or sharp, just flatten it first. And then once it's obvious that it's flat, you can sharpen it with caution and care until you get to the right note. When you get up to these top strings here, the smallest movement with the tuning key will alter the pitch massively, so you just need to move it the tiniest fraction. Okay, now we have tuned every string of the harp. Last thing I like to do is do a quick check in octaves of the whole harp and see if any of the notes stick out that I may want to just retune, because it's quite hard, it's quite easy to miss a string sometimes. See, I'm not quite happy with that very top one. Better. So tuning key on. And then to check the bottom and C, I'm just going to pop the pedals in the natural position. Okay, so you want to aim to be tuning your harp really every time that you practice. Obviously if you've got a concert or a lesson, tune your harp especially before then as well. It's really about letting go of the idea of having a perfectly in tune harp. The more that you tune, the more sensitive your ear will become and the more in tune your harp will get. But little things will help your harp stay in tune as well. If you always leave the pedals up or make sure all the levers are down, then that's going to help it stay in tune. If you keep a cover on it, that's going to help. Keep it away from things like radiators, keep it away from sunny windows. Just try and make sure its environment is as consistent as possible. And yeah, if you have any questions, if there's anything I didn't explain quite clearly enough, definitely leave me a comment. I'd be happy to answer any questions. So thank you so much for watching. Leave me a thumbs up if you found this useful and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you very soon. Bye.